Oh my god, I do this every time. I want to try a new intro. I want to say hello, my dears, or hello, my dear. I'm at the park because it's really hard for me to do YouTube videos like inside for some reason. But anyways, today's video is a follow-up to my previous video called I don't know what I'm doing with my life or something like that. Candid conversation with a early 20s and a midlife crisis or something. I'm happy to report that I am definitely on the other side of that crisis. I'm doing much better. I think to start, well, first and foremost, this rejuvenation, this whatever, is only possible through God. Without God, I would not have had any of with the successes and the luck. You can't even call it luck, just how my life kind of unfolded since that video where I was really down to now, I can only attribute to God. So I want to start there. And so I guess I'll start with career. I don't have a script. This is a candid conversation. So in career, I think I haven't seen the video either since I made it, but I didn't have a job. I was just recently post-grad and I was like, bro, what am I gonna do? So luckily I did start getting more hours in my photography job, right when my money was running out and that rent was due. Our hours started picking up and I was able to have a fairly comfortable living for someone I guess of my age in my town. I was doing all right. I could pay my rent. I wasn't super stressed about it. And at the same time, I had started an internship for a TV and film production company, but the internship was unpaid. So I was it's a great opportunity for someone in my town because stuff like that just does not happen to people around here. There's not a lot of opportunities in film and TV and just creative stuff in general. So first of all, being a photographer and having the opportunity to even do an internship, paid or unpaid, or not, I'm very fortunate for, especially as someone who came from a very small town where that those options don't exist at all. But even though they exist up here a little more slimmer, they still exist. So I'm very grateful to be able to do that. And also as someone who my first jobs were in food service and stuff like that. Not the vibe. If you've been a waitress, you know. So yeah, I was doing the internship throughout the summer and just working really hard and doing that. I had a minimum hour requirement for the internship, and then also obviously I had to do full time at the photography company. So I was working pretty much every single day, whether it was paid or unpaid. That was for a majority of the summer. Well, that was all the summer, and then through the fall. And then in the fall, us at the photography company, we know that we hit a slow season by the time January, and then all the way till June-ish again will hit. It's gonna be pretty slim, if not any hours at all. And so a lot of us are already preparing for other jobs to go to. I was asking a bunch of my coworkers, and they're oh yeah, I go back to Amazon, or I go back to food and stuff like that. And I'm I cannot do that. Just because for me, I did a lot of work in catering, wedding catering, as I could pick up shifts whenever I wanted, pretty much. And I would be working at these super, super fancy places, and I just know these people are rich. These people have 401ks, they're the finance bros at the whatever, And then me being this really just not that. And also with the majority of them being white clients and stuff, I didn't feel supremely some type of way, but I could just tell that they look at me and they do not see that I'm a human that is possible of accessing their level, even though at the same time I'm doing these catering events. I'm working in TV. You know what I mean? Like, they would just never know that about me though. So like, it was just really, it was a lot of like mental things I would internalize and think about while I was there, and just being like, man, I'm here serving at this party, but I want to be serving at the party. Like, I want to be where the people are. No, like, I want to be on the other side of this. Like, I don't want to have to be the caterer. I want to be catered, you know, like, and these people, I mean, they must have worked at least a little bit, kind of hard to get to where they are. So I'm like, let me do what I need to do to get to their level. But anyways, all that to say, my job at the photography company was starting to dwindle, and I was getting really worried. So this is where like a lot of like God comes in, is like in October, mentally, and they don't know this, but mentally, I had decided that in December I would tell them at the internship that I would be leaving, because it was only supposed to be a summer internship, but I extended it, and I was just gonna mentally, like, I was just gonna tell them in December, like, that's as far as I could go with the internship, because at that point I would have to find a job that, like, I'd have to find a job, so I couldn't keep doing it like unpaid. But luckily, for whatever reason, in October they approached me and they were like, we want to explore like working with you at a part-time basis to start, and like, you know, see how we go from there. And I was like over the moon, because it also paid more than my photography job, and is a further step like professionally in my career. So I was like, wow, like that was a huge, like, true blessing, because I was really worried. I did not know what job I was going to do to survive, if or when the photography job was going to come down. So I was doing that in October with the photography job, part-time and then full-time. So I was working every single day, so many hours. Like, my part-time job started at 15 hours and then got extended to 20 hours. And then my photography job, it goes around 35, but it's supposed to be 35 to 40 to be a full-time job. So I would be doing both of those every week, like through the fall into winter. And finally now, it's like, we're in February, and I'm getting past to like, what is it called? Into springtime. And so the photography job has pretty much completely fallen off, like, just hours, but like we knew this like coming into it, and we've been, you know, knowing and preparing. So luckily my part-time job is able to cover me to survive at the bare, like, not the bare minimum, but like at a minimum to survive and like pay my rent and stuff. So like I'm truly blessed. I am truly blessed that that is the case for me, and I did not have to go back to like doing food and stuff. So that's career in a nutshell. I'm still working towards that. I have I'm going to be I've been exhibiting some photos with this girl who does art exhibits in my area, and then she was able to branch out into New York. So I'm exhibiting photos in New York in March, and that's really cool, and that sounds like a plot line of an ABC show, like Good Trouble. These things just keep like kind of happening to me, and I can only explain that like God is behind them. And so I'm going to New York. That's gonna be really fun. Like, I'm exhibiting photographs that I've taken and conceptualized, like in New York City, like in Manhattan, like what, like claps. So career aside, I think myself. So also, and I'll make another video on this. Yeah, I'll make another video on this probably later, but I also started like a weight loss fitness journey, so to like, as like physical transformation since then, I have lost like 70 pounds, whoa, since that video, which is kind of crazy to me. Like, it's been like 6 months, I don't know. I'm a girl, I don't know numbers and math and stuff. But I've lost like 70 pounds since then, and I have been going to the gym regularly, eating better, and like, you know, watching what I'm eating and stuff like that. And like, the difference in my body that I feel is also really crazy, because one, like, I could see like my face more, and like I feel like it's more of a truer representation of how I see myself in my head. It's like it's really hard to fathom that. And then like my body feels different. Like I see like other parts of myself. Like I can feel like my collarbones. I can feel like ligaments and stuff in my neck or whatever. I can see them in my hands a little bit, like sometimes when I'm at the gym. I can feel like the muscles and bones and stuff in my legs, and it's like the majority of my life, well, pretty much all of my life, like I've always been like a plus size girl. So like navigating life in a plus size flesh prison is really terrible. Like, and not even the like self-loathing, it's like everyone around you. Because as soon as you walk in and you are plus size, you are immediate, like whether it's conscious or like not conscious from the other person, they automatically judge you. And it's like, oh, you're lazy, you're not diligent, you're not determined, like you can't stick to something if you're plus size, because obviously you can't even stick to a diet, so how can you stick to a job? You know what I mean? Like that stuff really goes to people's heads. And then not even to mention like the whole romantic, we ain't even going to go over there but like that definitely impacts it. But I just feel a lot better. I feel a lot connected to my body. I feel like I'm more of who I really am, because my weight and like how my appearance was, and also how I feel, like represents me more. Like I have a lot more energy to just like do things. Like I was doing a photo shoot the other day, and I had to walk up this hill, and like I was not huffing and puffing to the extreme fullest, you know what I mean? And like when I would walk around other places that I used to go to, it wasn't as strenuous on me. And so that feels good to just be like more connected to my body and like what I'm able to do and stuff, and feel healthier and feel more energy. And then also going back to professionally, like people perceive me more professionally, which sucks, like because of society, but like it does feel better that like I feel like I'm being perceived more professionally and people are taking me more serious, and like that feels good, and I'm not like the butt of the joke for the rest of my life, you know what I mean? And I still have a long way to go. Like I still have a lot more fitness goals I want to reach, but yeah, I'm just to start. Oh, we got Beyonce went. Hello. Also, homegirl Elvisa, she did my hair. This silk press has been staying, girl. Like whenever I flat iron my hair, it is gone 3 days. Like especially if I go outside and it's humid, gone immediately. But this thing, it's been here for like a month, and it's still kicking. I've had to retouch it a few times, of course, but like she's still alive and breathing. And so I guess I'll go now to like friendship and relationship and stuff. So in terms of like friendship, oh my gosh, there's a lot of noise. In terms of friendship, I have been feeling like I'm entering somewhat of a period of isolation, and a lot of people on like Christian TikTok and stuff have been saying that like it kind of does make sense that God will bring you into a period of isolation before a big step, because you need to focus on yourself, you need to focus on your path, and like don't let other people intervene in that. But I've been feeling it. I'm trying to figure out like what to make of it, because I don't want to feel like my friends are just like we're out of the loop with each other, but like a lot of us are completely different places, like literally, like physically, like different cities, different states. A lot of us are in different places. Some are still in school, some are in grad school, some are in full-time career, some are part-time, some are still looking for a job. Like we are all over the place. So it's really hard to even get together as friends a lot. So I think I'm focusing a lot on womanhood. I think that's a big thing. It's just like focusing on being a woman, like what it means to grow as a woman, and grow in like my community with women instead of I don't know. Well, I think in terms of like supporting each other as women and supporting us through these times, and just really embracing that like sisterhood. Yeah. Relationship wise, I have not had any romantical situations. For the better, for the worse, probably for the better. Because again, like, this is a period of time where I definitely need to focus on myself, and I'm the type of person where, Lord help me, if I like somebody, like, it, and if I like truly like them, it'll like, blinders. Had to make sure there's no people around. I will truly just like clock out mentally. Like, I can't focus on anything else and like stuff like that. And like in a good way of like, well, I assume it's a good way. Like, I just really just fall deeply for people. So it can take up a lot of my mental space. And so I think for for the greater good, I haven't, been in that sphere. And like a lot of my friends also as well are also either leaving relationships or they are not in relationships right now. And a lot of us are 23, 24, 22 to 24. And there are some people around us who are like fiancés and who are like maybe getting married or like are very serious boyfriends and girlfriends. They're very healthy relationships and stuff. And then there's other ones where we're like, we've never been in a relationship or like, these kind of things. And that goes back to the womanhood thing of just like supporting our friends who are in relationships, supporting our friends who are in toxic relationships and need help with that, supporting our friends who are not in anything and like feel, lack of confidence or feel stuff like that because they're not being pursued, has been a big thing that I've been going through. Trying to find like, I already had a lot of self-worth, but like in a different way I had to develop that. And I think going to the gym also has helped with my self-confidence in myself, because like I have like, in going to the gym, you can't really like be so much in your head because you're so present in your body. Whoa, fire. But yeah, like having to be out and like do exercises and stuff in front of other people like just builds confidence, because like you're literally putting yourself out there. And so that's definitely been helping. And then I also feel better because I'm healthier and feeling more fit, so then I feel like more confidence in myself. But guys, Beyonce, the wind is picking up a lot. I think advice, I will leave with advice that I would give to other girls in the womanhood and the sisterhood that are feeling all of these things of like, I don't know where I'm going, I don't know what's going on. One thing I really had to do was, one, like let go of a lot of expectations of things, because I expected to be in a full-time career. I applied to over 100 jobs like in that the initial window of like post-grad, well like before post-grad and then in post-grad, like over 100 jobs I applied to, and I got maybe like no more than 4 interviews if you even call them that, and like it wasn't like the jobs weren't what they said they were when they like posted them. But I had to learn to like let go of a lot of things, like expecting to have a full-time job shortly after college. I had to let go of that expectation. I had to let go of like wanting a relationship. I had to let go of like, oh, I'm gonna be living my life and this and that after college and we're all gonna have so much fun. And it's like, we're all working and we're all like really kind of stressed and like still trying to find ourselves even after college. So I haven't been like out like I want to be, and like exploring and adventuring and stuff like that. And it's like, you need money, you need time to do that, like, and those are things that I did not have, like. So my advice would be to let go and to like, if you are religious, like to give it up to God and really like, and sincerely like surrender in that sentiment. So like, by giving it up to God, you don't be like, oh, like, I'm not gonna look for a job now. Like, I'm just gonna give it, like, no. Like, it's more of like trusting in him and having the faith and the hope that he has your best interest in mind, that something will come, and to try your best to not be anxious about it because you know you're in good hands. I don't want to overcomplicate that, but letting go of those expectations, and then also just like going with the flow. If you have to work a waitress job, if you have to like do something you don't necessarily want to do, but you need rent money, bro, like you gotta go do that. Like, I think there's a lot of people in circles and stuff that I hear about and stuff, and they're like, oh, well, I can find this job somewhere, like, I wanna be a SoundCloud rapper, but I'm not doing that, like, whatever other stuff to, like, get there. And it's like, reality check babes, you kind of have to do that if you want to get there. Like, for me as a photographer, and I'll talk about this in another video, as a photographer, I started out as a waitress, and I used that money to buy my first camera. Like, sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. Like, my mom and my dad did not have money to buy me a $1,000 camera to start being a photographer. I still do YouTube videos on my phone. Like, I mean, I can do it on camera, but like, this is casual. We're cash, guys. But like, yeah, if like, as long as you start, no one can say anything, and you should really be proud of yourself for at least starting, because there are so many people who are 22, 23, 24, just out of college, out of grad school, in grad school, people who are 25, 26, 27, get up in our 30s, y'all, get up in our 30s, and they're still like, oh, I want to do this, oh, I wish I could. It's like, in this world, like, living in America especially, like, we are very fortunate that for the majority of us, it can kind of happen low-key, like, but you really have to start from scratch if you don't have the luxury of, like, finances, if you don't have the luxury of, like, whatever, like, even if you're starting at, like, you know, waitress to actor or whatever, like, or working at Target, and then on the weekends you do, like, improv for acting, like, sometimes you just gotta do what you gotta do, and that's just, like, building character and building your patience as you get there. So I would say, yeah, going with the flow, having patience, and learning to really just, like, be in that as you're going through with your journey is really vital. There is a very large maintenance truck next to me, but that's the only way you can be successful in that. And also just, like, enjoy the ride. Like, even if you do have to do, like, the whole waitress to improv actor to free actor to small commercial gigs to barely paid, you know, short film gig to this, and then you keep growing and whatever. Like, even if that is your journey, like, enjoying the ride and not feeling less than, or not feeling like the beginning isn't important, or not finding joy in the beginning parts is also very important, because that'll teach you a lot to when you get to the big places, like how to conduct yourself, feeling that gratitude, and just, like, you know, doing your best when you get there. But I think I've yapped enough, guys. I hope you've taken something from this. I'm so glad that I can report good things. In the comments below, please, like, vent, sound off, like, do what you need to do to feel good about yourself. Like, I curled my hair and I got some tattoos because that made me feel good about myself. I'm just a girl. What else can I do, you know? But my dears, stay safe, be well, love yourself, spread love around, man. Love is in abundance, bro. Like, share the love. But yeah, take care. Let me know in the comments. Give this video a like. Subscribe to my channel. I need AdSense. I don't have any yet. Take care. Bye-bye.